there are some updates about the ICE fatal shooting that happened in Houston, Texas, where I live at. A lot of the updates I'm seeing are coming from LULAC, which is a civil rights organization, and Congresswoman Sylvia Garcia, who currently represents the east end of Houston, which includes many Hispanic neighborhoods. That area is being moved to a new conservative district. And this just goes to show us why representation is so important, and the fact that Trump went and stole districts through these black and brown neighborhoods in Houston and Dallas and also at the border. We're going to see what impact that has. So Congresswoman Garcia, I really think that she's the person that must have drug Whitmire along and got him in shape, because today he was at the press conference with her talking about the need of an independent investigation and saying that ICE was wrong. Now, what we now know, because of the efforts of LULAC and Congresswoman Garcia and other community organizations, one, ICE was in an unmarked car. Two, Lorenzo Salgado Arujo was not the target of this ICE action. They weren't looking for him. Three, they didn't have body cams. Four, his family is also saying that in the vehicle, he's heading out to go to work, to build homes out in Houston suburbs. He has very expensive equipment. With these unmarked cars rolling up on him, he may have reasonably believed that he was being targeted for a robbery. So we know all these different things happen. So today we have the mayor of Houston, John Whitmire, who is a dino, Democratic name only. After, with his whole chest saying, oh, we have no jurisdiction, dropping press releases left and right. Now today he's standing next to Congresswoman Garcia and saying, oh, ICE was wrong, and we're not gonna rest until we have an investigation. Now be careful with him. Am I glad that he got pushed to where he is today? Yes, it needed to happen. But be careful, because he's a flip-flopper. He got on the New York Times and was bragging about playing more moderate and being cool with Republicans, and not lifting his voice and using his platform as the mayor of the fourth largest city to challenge what this man is doing in the presidency. Oh, I don't do that because that's how you stay low key and your city stays off of his radar. But we're not off his radar. Like, we're not. Houston has had the most ICE arrests out of any major city. Like, we are very much on the radar in a very different approach, because you help them, you help cover for them with your silence. And so now the communities here, especially the Latino community here in Houston, baby, they was charging him up, rightfully so. So now he done flip-flop. But be careful, because he's known to flip-flop back. And if you remember, members of our city council were pushing for additional regulations about how HPD works with ICE. And he pushed back against that because Abbott came in and made a threat, and then he quickly folded. So he will flip-flop about some stuff, so keep that in mind. But it is good that we now have the mayor of the city calling for an investigation. This opens the door for more transparency, and it also brings additional attention to this case, so people can see what happened. And we, again, are working to not normalize what happened in this situation. This is not how ICE should operate. And the more that we just kind of skip over these stories, the more we normalize this kind of behavior from federal law enforcement and also local law enforcement as well. So again, keep an eye on him. This also is a reminder too, also just a note too, this is a reminder about how important it is to vote up and down your ballot, because as I mentioned, Sylvia Garcia is helping to lead the charge. Our district attorney, Chantier, was like, oh no, I'm going to investigate. Now, Chantier is his own elected official. He doesn't report to the mayor. And so while the mayor was saying, oh, I can't, I won't, blah, 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 Sean was saying, I can and will. So it's so important to know who's on your ballot, up and down your ballot, because these people have different roles and get to make different decisions. And in moments like this, we can see why it's so important.